Okay, one of the problems with having a car or a truck with light interior and people that work on stuff is this here right here. I don't know if you can see it, but the discoloration that comes here is from me grabbing it with my grubby hands. And so we're trying to think of a way to fix that. And my wife made these. And that ought to work. And she's going to tell you how she did it.
Hello, good afternoon. Paul needed a cover for his car, arm of his car, so that's what I'm making. It's going to look like this, where it velcros together. And I just went out and tested this one, and it's a little bit too wide and not quite long enough, so I'm going to make another one. Here we go. I didn't have enough fabric like that to do four, two for the front, two for the back. So I'm going to do this fabric. And I've got one started. So you just leave a place to turn it a little bit. And I'm just sewing along the edge of the leather. And I didn't want to use two pieces of leather because it's going to be too thick for my machine to go through. So, just going along the edge here. And it's not exactly straight cut. Most of it is. I did cut it with my ruler and my rotary cutter. Okay. And then this, I wanted you to know, Paul took some old seat covers off his truck and replaced them with new. And we were going to throw them away. And I said, you know, I might be able to make something out of those. We both come from from families that did with what we had as we grew up. And that's what we both do. There, we're going to go stop there. I'm going to cut it there, cut off my threads. I'm going to trim this off so it's straight. I am going to clip the corners to reduce bulk, but don't cut into your stitching. A little trash bin there. And then I like to just take the pinking shears and kind of pink the edges. So I'm going to do that. It also takes out some more bulk because this leather is pretty thick. As you can see, it's leather. It's not pleather or faux leather even. I didn't know if I wanted to do that, but that's okay. That's the side I'm going to turn. There we go. Clean up our little mess here. Right in the waste bin. Okay. And that looks like the right side, but it isn't. It's the wrong side. So I'm going to turn it now. And this is not easy to turn, but it'll turn. Then I'm going to top stitch it. And then I'm going to put Velcro on. Velcro goes on the leather side and on the cloth side, so it can wrap around and then adhere to itself and protect the arm of the truck is what he wants to do. So here's my stick, my turning stick. I'm just going to poke out these corners. See that? Poking out my corners. I don't want to use anything sharp because I don't want to poke through that. And then I'm going to fold in my edges here and press that down and just clip it. I love Wonder Clips. Every time I use pins, which sometimes are necessary, but in leather it's not. You don't want to poke holes in it. But every time I use a pin, I get poked. I keep Band-Aids in my sewing room just for that reason. Okay, so now we are going to top stitch this all the way around. And I'm happy with it. It looks good. Here we go. Oh, you know what? I like my top stitching to be bigger. And hey, it's just for the truck, so I am not going to worry about those first few stitches. I'm going to use my stiletto, pull this corner out a little bit more. We're going to get stuck here. And you can use a stiletto to pull through when you're stuck too. I also have a little hump jumper thingy tool that works well for this, but it's not that high. Just help it a little bit. Don't get your needle on that at all. Just have to be careful there. And I already tested this once, but on his handle of his truck. So one more little stitch maybe. Let me do this by hand. There we go. There we go. And I'm just going to go one more. Maybe a couple of stitches here where I did those smaller stitches. That looks a little bit better. Maybe not, but hey. It's for the truck. I was learning how to make rag rugs once, and the lady that was teaching me was 84 years old. And I said, oh, I did that wrong. And she said, you know what? It's a rag rug. Don't worry about it. So, no biggie. All right, so that's pretty good. Now it has to wrap this way, and I'm going to put some black Velcro on it now. I have a couple pieces cut, an iron hook, and I'm going to put this here. And some people take it the whole length of it, but this is what I have. And then this piece is going to be over here. And yes, I'm going to measure. I'm going to put it right inside the seam so I know it's the same. And then let's see how far from the end this one is. It's a 1/2 inch. Half. Move that one over just a bit. There, that's good. And that's good. Great. Now, let's finish this up. And we're just going to sew this on. And right across, one more stitch. The end of this. Sometimes Velcro doesn't sew very well. And in that case, I'd use Carol Doak's paper piecing paper over the Velcro. And then you just tear the paper off. And that works. So there's all kinds of tricks you can use. Okay, that's not bad. And here we go on the other side, right up against that seam. And I'm just using gray thread in the top and the bobbin. because I'll tell you why. I didn't want any different color of bobbin thread coming through on the gray. If it came through, sometimes my machine does that. My bobbin comes through to the top, and it's just an adjustment I need to make either in tension, or sometimes I just have to unthread the thing and rethread it. My machine is a little bit persnickety, but I'm not complaining. Hey, my sister gave me this machine. It's a nice Genome Memory Craft 9700. Not a new machine, but it does embroidery and everything. So there you have it. So this is just going to go around like this and hook like that. It could be used, I could make these for luggage tags as well. My sister-in-law in Florida wants me to make her some luggage tags, and I'm going to do that. I'm even going to embroider her name on it. So there it is. All right, so that's that. Turned out okay. Far from perfect, but it does the trick. I'm gonna go try it on the truck and see if it works, and then I've got another one cut out just this size before I, do this. And I know what I'm doing.